Alright guys, we are back in my garage for another video, and it's another great day to be a B58 owner because more records have been broken yet again. I know I told you guys that I didn't want to do a bunch of these videos unless something pretty significant happened, and I feel like last weekend's events are definitely worth talking about. We have two B58 owners that have reclaimed some records, and it's on new platforms with new turbos pushing completely new levels of performance from our cars that I think it's really exciting to see. Of course, we're going to be talking about the guys over at 1STOCK. They've been doing some great things with their cars, and recently they broke some brand new records for the quarter mile for different chassis, different turbo setups and stuff. And I just kind of want to share with you guys all the latest information in this video. So let's go ahead and talk about it, and hopefully you guys find this video useful. Now, as always, for everybody that's new to the channel, I create these videos to help keep you updated on the latest developments in our community, as well as discuss technical topics so that we have a better understanding of how our engines work. So if you're interested in more videos like that, be sure to subscribe because there will be a lot more coming out in the future. Now, before we jump into this, I do want to remind you all of this information I'm getting is from 1STOCK F30's YouTube channel. This round, he's doing things completely differently compared to his old F30 where everything was really hush-hush and he didn't share a lot of details. This time, he's putting it all out there for everybody to see. So he's been posting videos pretty regularly on his YouTube channel. If he does something to his car, it's probably on his channel like 24 or 48 hours later. So there's a lot of content coming out really quick. So definitely check that out if you guys want to see all the details and behind the scenes and the progress for how he's building his car. In this video, we're just going to kind of summarize some of the latest points and talk about what performance numbers they hit. So, for those of you guys that have been paying attention, he did buy a brand new G42 M240i X-Drive. This is his new car, so he did not sell the TTRS. He still has that, but he opted to jump into the Gen 2 platform for his latest BMW build. And the car looks pretty good. You know, it's black exterior, tan interior, but immediately he started ripping it apart. So he's got a new exhaust on it. He's got an upgraded transmission. And of course, he's got a big turbo kit. Now, originally, he was working with a spool performance turbo kit. And if you guys have been following him on Instagram, you saw a lot of details when that was posted. But right before he went to the track this past weekend, he upgraded it to a KLM tubular top mount turbo kit. So he no longer has the spool kit. I know some people were asking why he's not posting spool in his picture, you know, captions anymore and stuff like that. And that's because he does not have the spool kit anymore. He replaced it with a KLM top mount. I don't actually know what turbo he's running because in his videos, he showed that he was starting off with a 6466 just to kind of get the car going while he was waiting for his turbo to arrive. But then through all his videos and everything, he's posted like 5 different turbo options and he ended up with the one that he has. So I'm assuming it's either a 6870 or a 7275 or somewhere in between, you know, basically one of the latest faster turbos from Precision Turbo. And like I said, he has a built transmission. He's running, you know, a really aggressive tire. He's got it sitting pretty low and all the tires are really hugging the fenders. And it just looks like a really aggressive setup. And his M240i is tuned by Sammy over in Dubai. So if you guys have seen him on Instagram or Facebook, he's been pretty active in the community for a while as well. And he has been tuning his setup for the past couple months. Now, this car he did put on the dyno. Originally, it was in like the high 700, low 800 horsepower range. But once he upgraded the exhaust housing on his turbo to let it breathe a little better, it really opened up the top end. And his latest dyno was 920 wheel horsepower and 840 foot-pounds of torque. So crazy performance for what is literally a stock engine. And that's another point I want to talk about because, of course, you guys have probably seen a lot of his posts saying that he has the fastest stock engine B58 out there. And that was something I wasn't really sure about. You know, he's posting like low 9-second passes, and we've seen people like Body run 8 seconds on their stock engine B58s. However, in this case, he's specifying that it is completely stock, as in completely unopened. So, you know, we never really noted that Body had a built head. You know, he's got Kelford Cams, Kelford valve springs, and apparently he even has head studs and an upgraded head gasket. All of this was probably in anticipation of his big turbo setup that was coming down the road, but naturally, that means that it's not a stock engine. Then I saw some other people arguing, well, doesn't the turbo come with the engine? If you upgraded the turbo, it's not a stock engine anymore. So let's just say stock long block. You know, body has maybe the stock bottom end record for BMW B58s, but 1STOCK F30 has the fastest completely stock long block. Stock head, stock bottom end. He just bolts different accessories to it to support the extra power. But yeah, these are crazy numbers, over 900 wheel horsepower for a stock unopened B58. Regardless of where you stand on that argument, it's a very impressive performance number. Now, he's also been posting sometimes with one of his buddies on their team, Isaac. He is B58 Isaacs on Instagram, and you can see that he has a black 340. This car has been out for a very long time, but there was a while where we weren't hearing too much about it. As far as I can remember, previously it had like a big boost turbo kit, but it also has a built engine, it also has a built transmission, and it is also a 340X drive. So similar to the white F30 that 1STOCK F30 had before, this was the black car that they were also racing around that same time, and it was also putting down crazy performance. So since those days, he's ditched the bottom mount turbo kit and switched to a top mount. He also has a KLM top mount turbo kit, and he is running a 7275 next gen turbo. So this is the one that a lot of the Supras and other guys are running as well. This is kind of like the latest and greatest one that most people are going for. You'll even see it on like G80s and G82 M3 and M4s. So this is one that supports a lot of power and has Precision's latest technology. Now, Isaacs is tuned by Visconti, and they were doing some work dialing in his car as well. They would put it on the dyno. Also, this whole video is on 1STOCK F30's channel, so again, check that out. But they put the car on the dyno, and it made 1,030 wheel horsepower and 880 foot-pounds of torque, which is, again, completely insane. You've got a B58 that looks relatively stock. You know, it's got a carbon fiber hood and a carbon fiber trunk, but otherwise it's just a black A30 with Apex wheels. That's not too hard to find. But underneath the hood, it's a complete monster, making over 1,000 wheel horsepower. But wait, there's more. So they did a couple tuning changes to it, bumped it up some more, put it back on the dyno, and it made 1,140 wheel horsepower and 980 foot-pounds of torque. So it just keeps getting better. And I mean, honestly, they brought it out to the track. That's what we're going to be talking about. But you can imagine there's still more room for them to turn it up from this point. So this is just a baseline level that they got on the dyno. But again, just crazy, crazy performance. And so that being said, they went to the track. Now, at this time, 1STOCK F30 still had his spool top mount turbo kit. So he shows in his vlog, he went to pick up the KLM top mount turbo kit in Virginia. Then he drove down to Insomnia Motorsports in North Carolina to install it on his car. Then he drove straight to South Carolina to put it on the track. And once they got to the track, they did not disappoint. 1STOCK was doing a couple runs. It looks like he ran a 9.0 on his first run, full weight, all the seats and everything in the car. And he just decided to take some weight out. And you guys know how I feel about that. It's the easiest way to get performance out your car. It's completely free. They were able to do it at the track in the pits. They took the seats out, took off the exhaust. Super simple and easy to do. And I don't think it changes anything about, you know, how impressive the performance numbers are. So he took the weight out of the car and immediately ran an 8.9. So now we officially have an 8-second, completely stock long block BMW B58. So incredible numbers from this guy. And it hit 155 miles an hour in the quarter. So it speaks for itself. That was a really impressive time. He also posted his 60 to 130, and he ran a 3.9 60 to 130. So not only is it an 8-second quarter mile, but it's running a 3-second 60 to 130. Again, stock long block, direct from BMW. So crazy performance, super fast car. Then Isaac went on the track as well. He got a few passes in to dial things in, and it sounds like he was running low nines as well. Now, since he already has most of the weight taken out of the car, his seats are removed. He's got a bucket front seat. His exhaust was taken out. So they decided to switch drivers. And when they switched drivers, it was able to hit an 8.9 at 164 miles an hour. So now we have the first Gen 1 B58 period to hit an 8-second quarter mile. Now this one was especially interesting because if you see, he was trapping 10 miles an hour faster than one stock F30. And this was something a lot of people commented about. You know, his trap speed just showed that the car had a lot more potential, but they actually did try launching harder. You know, most of it seemed like it was related to his 60-foot times, but when they tried to turn up the boost and launch harder, they were just blowing off all 4 tires. So unfortunately, the track prep wasn't there. They were also on street tires. So it sounds like they plan on coming back with some Hoosiers, some real slicks, and hopefully better prep so that they can try to get the fastest times that they're looking for. But regardless of all that, still crazy performance. We've got the first completely stock unopened B58 in the 8s. We've got the first Gen 1 B58 in the 8s, period, and there's still more room to go. So really excited to see what these guys do. We've talked about this a couple times already, but this is the season where records are broken, temps are dropping, DA is dropping, and if you're able to get to a good track with good prep and enough seat time to get some rounds in, you'll be able to see a lot of really fast cars come out this season. So hopefully they get to go back again, you know, in the next couple months before things start heating up and get faster and faster. Also, I hope this reinforces the fact that black cars are the fastest. We've been talking about this for a while. I've mentioned that, you know, all the real ones know that black cars are the fastest, and now we've got 2 black BMWs running fastest times, breaking crazy records. I know you guys are saying, oh, well, Body Super is red, but red Supers have always been in their own league. But for BMWs, black paint is the fastest. Hopefully all of you guys that bought white F30s after one stock was breaking those records before don't feel like you need to trade your car in, but you know, the fact of the matter is the black cars are the fastest. So good news all around. Super excited to cover this with you guys again. Don't forget to check out 1STOCK-F30's channel for all of the details. He's, again, just sharing everything this time, and it's just a lot more exciting to watch, I feel like, when we get all the information and see the results. So great job again, guys, and thank you all for watching. Let me know if you have any other thoughts, if you think I missed anything, you know, feel free to reach out and let me know. But I think that's it for this video. So thank you guys for watching, and I hope this helps. And if you have any other questions or comments, leave them down below.